Hey, it's Cole here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a fantasy football mock draft as the season kind of gets ramped up here. I'm in a few fantasy leagues. I'm in a few dynasty leagues, or redraft leagues and dynasty leagues. So let's go ahead and do a mock draft here. We're doing a 12-team PPR snake draft, and I'm going to be sitting at the 6th spot in this draft versus the CPU in the Sleeper app. I think personally right now is the best fantasy football app or website right out there that is the best. That's the one I use, so we're going to go ahead and start this one up. Jonathan Taylor going number 1, Austin Ekeler, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, then Justin Jefferson. And I think the obvious answer to select with this spot, if available, is Cooper Kupp. It just right now makes the most sense. He could possibly be the number 1 player in fantasy overall. I really like sitting in the middle or sitting at the very end. You know, you hit the first turn, or you're kind of just sat right in the middle. Josh Allen went right before my second pick. I don't like going quarterbacks that early. You really do usually get a really good quarterback in the 6th, 7th, 8th round. Here is really interesting, and I think I might not go running back here, and I might look for somebody I like. As lots of the running backs I do like are gone, so I think I would rather like to sit a little bit later in this year's draft. But I think for the most part, especially without knowing Alvin Kamara's situation, I'm gonna go Deebo Samuel. Signed the extension, he's ready to play. No really worried about what's happening with him, and I'm ready to go with Deebo Samuel on this team. And the player I just went. First, personally, I'm high on Ezekiel Elliott. Higher than some people. I think he can be really good this year. So he did just go, which sucks. So I think with this pick, I'm thinking about James Conner. I think that makes sense here in this situation. Obviously, at this point, there's really not that many running backs that could really help us. So maybe we go another receiver to really complement just how good this receiving core is. But I feel like I would just be waiting too much. But you know what? We should probably go David Montgomery. I didn't even see him right there. So I think that's a good start to this draft with Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, and David Montgomery. We're not looking at quarterbacks. I don't think I'm going to be looking at tight ends at this situation right now. We're looking at receivers and running backs still. If there's a really good running receiver like DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, I think those are 2 guys I'm looking to take right here. I would go him. I would go probably that. I think the other guy I'm looking at is maybe Miles Sanders. There's not that many other running backs to be that interested in. But, I mean, who else are you going to go with that number 2 running back? That's the thing. That is the question you ask. And I think it might be smart to pass up on one of these running backs and go one of these top receivers and go one of these top running backs still available. And I know Josh Jacobs won't probably be too good this year, but I mean, the situation that we're in, maybe it's just the best situation to go with Josh Jacobs. Because, I mean, looking at his team, they do have Kenyon Drake, but he will, I think, be a little injured going into the season. Breece Hall, rookie. Don't know how I feel about a rookie right now being the running back 2 in the team. Gibson interferes with David Montgomery with bye weeks. J.K. Dobbins injury. I know he's coming to come back, but they did make some other running back moves. I don't feel comfortable with any San Francisco running backs, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is solid, but not too good. But they also did sign Ronald Jones, so we're gonna select Josh Jacobs here with this pick. We got 2 receivers, 2 running backs. I feel really confident so far with this team, and I still think in this situation we're looking at running backs and wide receivers. I think one of these receivers right here, Amari Cooper, Mike Williams, 2 good looks. I do like the Brandon Cooks possibility. I do like the Amon-Ra St. Brown possibility at this pick. Probably not Amari Cooper with Deebo Samuel interfering with the bye week. Also, I don't know what's happening to Deshaun Watson right now. They said 6 weeks for suspension, but I think it could possibly be more from what I'm hearing, but I'm not too sure. Mike Williams, I do like Mike Williams, but injury prone. Also, they do have Keenan Allen and some other guys that I do think could be pretty good and take some targets away. Allen Robinson, I've heard some good things out of camp for sure. But we do obviously have Cooper Kupp, so probably not him. I'm thinking in this situation, we're going to go Brandon Cooks. I've heard some good things with him and Davis Mills, and I think if Davis Mills can have a good solid season, I think that would be a good pick. And right now, this is where we're looking at tight ends and quarterbacks. I think Dallas Goedert makes the most sense. I really like the pick of Dallas Goedert right here. We get our tight end, and the Philly offense looks pretty good. I really like Dallas Goedert. I think he's going to get some good receptions in the end zone. And we could look at quarterbacks, but I think we have some room to go. Maybe next round, we could look at another running back possibility. Probably not. Possibly Tony Pollard, but I think the guy we want to go here is Rashad Penny. Understand that, they do have Kenneth Walker, but I think Rashad Penny is going to get most of that workload there in Seattle, especially now with Chris Carson retiring. But I think that's the best pick right there. And so we could possibly now look at quarterbacks. I mean, arguably, we could still wait because I like possibly Derek Carr. But yeah, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, still all available. I wouldn't take Trey Lance personally. I'm not a huge Trey Lance guy, at least in fantasy-wise. He could have a good season in real life, but, probably not up to fantasy standards. But Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford make the most sense, arguably. We could get the double up and get Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. That's definitely a possibility here. And, but we might just go with the safe option and get the man Tom Brady and just let the man Tom Brady work. So we'll get Tom Brady with this selection. So that's going to be that pick there. And now we can work on our bench just a little bit. Tyler Boyd could be interesting. I think Kadarius Toney could be a secret pick right there. That could be really a good pick. Russell Gage, but with the signing of Julio Jones, that could be interesting. It could be hit or miss. Chase Claypool interferes with the bye weeks. Allen Lazard could be a really good pick. With him kind of being the only one there in Green Bay, definitely could be a good pick. Tyler Boyd, definitely. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Michael Gallup could be a good pick, but I think he does. Is he going to be injured, or is he just out for the preseason? He might just be out for the preseason. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Allen Lazard. I was thinking Jarvis Landry, but I think he might not play that well at the end of the season. I think Allen Lazard could have a solid, steady season throughout the year, especially being pretty much that number one, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the whole season for Green Bay, if this could load. Yeah. We're going to select Allen Lazard with this pick. Okay, so I really like that pick right there. Now we could possibly look at some running backs, possible backup quarterback options. So we could possibly get a handcuff. Ronald Jones could be an option, definitely. Alexander Madison. Marlon Mack, but I don't know how I feel necessarily about that personally. He could be the starter going into the season, but how long is that going to stay is the real question. Again, at this point, there's not too many running backs to necessarily go with. I don't feel comfortable with anybody in New England's. If it's not Breece Hall, probably not anybody in New York. And again, if it's not Austin Eckler, probably nobody really in Los Angeles. But I mean, that's probably just me, ranting about not getting backups when you're kind of not gonna have to. But I think in this situation, I think I'll be fine going Ronald Jones. Yeah, and he could possibly get some good touchdowns. He could probably get some carry on that goal line. We're gonna select the Ronald Jones with this pick, and that's where we're gonna go there. So we could possibly be looking up some backup tight ends, backup quarterbacks, so we're just bolstering this team as a whole right now. So Jarvis Landry, I mean, still could be an option, but probably not really. Jameson Williams is an option, but that's later down in the season if you really want to take that chance. If Matt Ryan's available, I'm definitely down to select Matt Ryan right here. I'm definitely down. Yeah. I think I don't think he'll do anything fancy, but I mean, I think he'll just get the job done at fantasy wise for a quarterback position. We'll take Matt Ryan with that backup quarterback spot. So we could now look to get some guys to just fill out the last spots in this draft. I definitely could look at Marlon Mack. Does interfere with some of the bye weeks, but maybe we just kind of got to deal with it. Kenny Galladay interferes. Devontae Parker, he could have an interesting season. This is interesting, and honestly, I think we might just or Robbie Anderson. And I think that's just what we do here. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to select Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson right there. Okay. And here we can, so defense is going to go off the board. Might get a backup tight end here. Probably not Higbee. I think here we will select Michael Kyle Rudolph, possibly. Yeah, let's just go Kyle Rudolph. Where's he at? Yeah. We'll select Kyle Rudolph, select the defense, kicker, and we will end this video. Yeah, Evan McPherson's going to get selected. Definitely a lot earlier, too. Defense. Saints. Is that Saints defense going to be good? I got to learn some of these defenses a lot more, too. So, with this, I'm just going to take a kicker. I'm going to get Daniel Carlson before I take a defense and just let a defense follow me or whatever. Defense, we'll go with them Broncos. So that's going to be it. Selecting the 6th spot in my little mock draft I had here. 12-team PPR snake mock draft. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.